download here, but anyway, public comment, we have one public comment, Jeff Decker. Microphone right here, up front.
Hello, thank you. And thank you everyone for all you do for our county and the people in it. I was at the doctor's the other day and the nurse came running in and said, "Doctor, help me, there's a man outside, he says that he's invisible, what should I do?" And the doctor said, "Just tell him I can't see him." Haha. So, I can tell you as a father currently facing a custody dispute in our court system, it does feel like I'm invisible. At least this is the first time in my life as a white male in Wisconsin I've ever experienced gender discrimination or discrimination of any kind, really. And I wanted to give you some feedback, hoping to help eventually to improve the way that justice is handled. It's given me a unique perspective from the street level on many different aspects, and I'm sure you're all aware that nothing's perfect, and as hard as you try, as good as your intentions are, there's always going to be some inefficiencies, and I'm here to tell you about a few of those in far less than 15 minutes. So it's been a good month now, and my ex-wife was experiencing some stress, and she told two factually untrue statements to the police, and I had actually called the police for help, but as soon as we saw each other, they arrested me immediately, and they were not interested in my statement or even the audio recording I had of my interaction with my ex. They just said, "Buddy, it doesn't matter what you got or what you say, you're going to jail." And then, you know, fast forward 4 days, and I had my first appearance before the judge, and again, there was no opportunity whatsoever to even 110 seconds of audio that would set me free. The first opportunity, according to the court calendar I'll have for that, is in March. So I just wanted to recommend if somehow somebody can tweak this entire system and allow for some early rebuttal from the defendant. You know, it's quite common. I don't know how many all of you have been arrested, but I'm willing to bet I've been arrested more than all of you put together. And you know, not guilty, dismissed, dismissed, dismissed. Apparently I'm that kind of guy. I feel like a brave patriot, but I know that's not how people see me. And I really would like to one time experience this kind of problem and have it resolved immediately because of the compassion and the understanding by our justice system. And in my opinion, that would, at this time, would help if there was some sort of avenue for early comment, early factual evidence introduction from the defendant before bond conditions are even set, because poof, just like that, no unsupervised visits with my kid until jury trial in May is what it's starting to look like, because I haven't been able to have a sit down with anyone on the opposing side of this. My ex is refusing to cooperate with Family Resource Center. So even though I still have custody every other weekend and on my days of the week, that hasn't happened, you know. I have yet to ask the Marathon County Sheriff's Department if they would please arrest her for felony contempt of court for violating the court order. But the Wausau Police Department's made it very clear that they have no interest in siding with me whatsoever. She's a woman and I'm a man, and you know, she mows her lawn and I don't. So I guess she's a better person and I should be in jail. As far as Family Resource Center helping everyone, I'd like to report to you that they're woefully understaffed and often just seem disinterested in actually building the bridges and keeping families together through these trying times. You know, as it's going right now, I may not see my son until April. I mean, I have asked a judge to find her in contempt, but that'll be weeks before that happens. So maybe that the contempt won't be found, and I might not see him till April. And Family Resource Center says that they are unwilling to go on record to state that my ex has refused to communicate with them. Not a single phone call. You know, they have to protect her confidentiality, her refusal to honor my custody rights, you know, her right to ruin my son's future by imposing all this trauma on him, this arbitrary, unnecessary, destructive, dishonest trauma. It's just a cycle of pain that it's all she's known. But I live a better life apparently. You know, and I'd like my son to have a life based on rule of law and love. And I know you guys believed in that too, and that's why I'm here, because I will be bringing more formal suggestions that you might be able to act on. For example, in conclusion, for 2 years now, I've been reaching out to the Marathon County Sheriff's Department because I believe that if we had more books in our jail, then we would have lower recidivism. If inmates were expected or encouraged to learn basic math, and maybe, you know, if they're in there all year, every inmate could become fluent in Spanish, and then suddenly we'd have a stronger workforce out there. We'd have less recidivism. That's what I believe education can help with, is so that when someone gets out of jail, they leave stronger than when they went in, and they never come back. And I've been working with the social worker at the library, directing many hundreds of books from the high schools and other sources to supplement and enhance the Marathon County Jail Library. But I'm also told that it's full up. There's just no room. And no, sir, we're not going to let you in there so you can scooch around the shelves or put new shelves on the ceiling. And I did, however, go to the Corporation Council maybe 2 weeks ago, and they said, yeah, sure, if everything's approved and done right, we will give you one of our offices to make the jail a little bigger, and then you can make the jail library bigger. Everybody wants that. So this is all very preliminary, obviously, and I have yet to seek the support of the county board, but it might be necessary, because at this time, with a few exceptions, there's not much enthusiasm on the part of the county to double or triple the size of the Marathon County Jail. And I've also reached out to the Wisconsin Counties Association. I think it would be a great idea if we had an award every year for the best jail library. You know, that could maybe be the first in a series of awards. You know, Marathon County could win the best county administrator, the best district attorney, you know, all these things. And hey, maybe we'll be in the running for best jail library one day, but I don't think we're going to be in the running on the inaugural year if the Counties Association agrees that this is a heck of an idea. So thank you for hearing my words. I do plan to formally propose a few things and come back and speak, but this is all I have to say for now. I thank you for your time.
All right, thank you, Jeff. All right, moving forward, approval of the December 1st, 2021 Public Safety Committee meeting minutes. What is the wishes of the body?
Supervisor Mask.
Motion by Supervisor Mask. Do I have a second?
This is Jacobson, I'll second.
Jacobson with a second. All in favor? Aye.
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 Any opposed?
Aye.
Motion carried. 4, policy issues, discussion and potential committee determination, intergovernmental agreement, assignment of addressing in villages. Go ahead, Preston.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The document in front of you is the intergovernmental agreement.
Got mic on?
Yeah.
You're tall.
The document in front of you is the intergovernmental agreement prepared, drafted by Conservation Planning and Zoning with oversight from Corporation Council. A little history on addressing for villages. The CPZ has been assigning and assisting addressing in villages for quite some time. I would say 15 plus years. It has been more of a verbal understanding of what the county can do for these villages. The smaller villages, we tend to see higher turnover with the elected officials, such as the clerks, or their staffing, or their internal capacity not to be able to do addressing. So we tend to take it over. We have the expertise and knowledge and high standards for accurate addressing, and we are the link for publishing addresses to the 911 system, the dispatch system. Moving forward, we would like the verbal agreement to be more of a well-documented process, adding value and understanding of what is expected from both parties. The agreement stems from the county addressing ordinance, along with the administrative guidelines that we put forth a few years ago for establishing the county addressing. So In the packet, you'll see it has the application process, the address assignment, the notifications, and the payment for services. The only thing that's really different is we're gonna leave it up to the villages to determine what kind of signage they want and where to place it. As you go in the Village of Cornwetter, they have double-sided flag style sign on green with white lettering. You go up to the Village of Maine, they've got a decorative black on white sign. Or if you head into the Eggers or the Athens, they may leave it up to the homeowner to get a number plate and put it on a specific location to the entrance to their doorway. We will leave it up to their ordinance to determine how they want to use the signage. The primary county's duties would be assigning any new addresses, making any corrections to any legacy addresses that need to be corrected for inaccuracy, and also approving any new road names for new subdivisions and such, so that we're not having duplicate road names. Other than that, I can open up for any questions if you guys might have.
Any questions by the body? Any questions? Are we looking for a approval to move forward with this, or what are we actually looking for? Okay, so they're looking for an approval to move forward with this document. Do I have any motions?
Lamont moves. We go forward.
Mask, second.
Motion made in second. Any further discussion? All right, if none, all in favor? Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Preston. That was painless. Number 3, policy issue, wrong agenda. Operational functions required by statute, ordinance, or resolution, none. 6, educational presentation, outcomes, and monitoring reports, we have none. Next meeting, time, location, announcement, and agenda items. Committee members are always asked to bring future ideas for discussion. Send them, obviously, me or Lance or I should say. Next meeting will be Wednesday, February 2nd at 1:30. Any,
Chair Booth,
yeah, go ahead.
I have a suggestion for a future agenda, and I'm assuming that it probably would be better to wait until April. But I did communicate with Administrator Leonard about this yesterday. There was a lady from a township who I don't know where she lives, but another supervisor contacted me because I had been on public safety years ago when we had issues that concerned the Humane Society and their acceptance of certain animals, whether it was cats or dogs. From what I remember, the Humane Society proposed something to the townships that they could contract with them and pay money to accept cats. And the townships pretty much refused to do it. I think we need a refresher course on some of this stuff. This lady had found a cat and it was in need of care. And she took it to the Humane Society and they refused to help her and told her to release the cat out back into the wild. And if you're an animal person, is just something you don't even consider. So she didn't know that this was going on. And with new people coming on the board and some of us who have been on for a long time and don't remember all of it, I think a refresher of what some of these services are for the county and the townships would be a really good idea.
Okay, Gene, with that being said, I guess I will refer that to Lance and I guess discussion with Chair Gibbs and seeing how we want to bring that forward and what committees should be privy to all that. So would that be all right? And the way is that, I guess we would have, in my mind, we would have a discussion with the entire board, not just this committee then, if it's going to be kind of a refresher. My thoughts anyway.
Yeah, good idea. I didn't think of it that way. I was involved with a task force and everything with public safety way back then. And yeah, having the whole board, I think that's a great idea. Thanks.
All right, thank you. Any other things people would like to see come forward? All right, with that, I will take 8. Motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you. We have another meeting. We will start at 2:00. I'm going to take a brief moment to meet with Supervisor Budke.